bleubricks by PropertyLimBrothers is here today in the Queenstown region. We are bringing you to one of the newer clusters in the Strathmore Avenue called Strathmore Green. We have a mid-level 5-room apartment standing at 1259 square feet. We feel that this would be a great option for you to consider if you are looking to keep your entry quantum lower but still enjoy the convenience of amenities in the Queenstown region. Let's go! So before we show you around the unit, let's start off with some BB facts. So we are at the HDB cluster known as Strathmore Green. There's a total of 794 units. In terms of the unit mix wise, we have a range all the way from the studio units up to the 5-room apartments. 81 units out of the 794 units, which makes up just about 10% of the total units available in this cluster. Some fun fact to note is that for this cluster, it was actually from part of the SIRS scheme of the Market Drive and Commonwealth Avenue back in 2005. So for this block in particular at 62A, this would be the only block in the entire Strathmore Green cluster that has the 5-room layout unit. We are arranged in a point block format, which means that on each level there will only be 4 units. So this will provide a greater extent of privacy. There will only be 1 unit located at each corner of the floor level. We have a balanced lease of 85 over years at the point of filming, and you do have a multi-story car park which has a covered walkway all the way to the block. So to orientate you to the unit layout, let's have a quick view on the floor plan analysis. So this 5-room unit here stands at 1259 square feet. We do have a portrait kind of a living dining area zone. This will actually allow for kind of longish layout right from your door entrance. Right from the entrance area tucked to the corner is where you'll find your kitchen zone. You have a sizable service yard area as well, which can be converted to your helper's room if you like. We do see the household shelter tucked within the kitchen zone as well. This also creates a nice space for your storage area. Instead of having the door that will be opening along the corridor areas. So the 5-room unit comes with 3 bedrooms that's all fronting towards the north-facing orientation. This is where you'll find the 2 common bedrooms side by side, similar in size, and your master bedroom with the ensuite tucked right at the end. The beauty about this 5-room layout floor plan is that you do have this potential study area right outside the kitchen zone, where we would show a little bit of renderings later on to give you some ideas. And with that, let's check out the interior of the unit. So you have this kind of a semi-see-through louver screen right at the entrance area. Of course, if you prefer a little bit more privacy, what you can do is also to flip the shoe cabinet around. You can actually install a shoe cabinet zone right here so that your main door actually doesn't look directly into your living room. Right at the side, you do have a nice nook as well for you to put up more storage cabinets if required. Or this will be a nice place for you to have display cabinets if you do have a lot of collectibles at home. So in terms of the living room size itself, you'll notice that because of this portrait layout, currently there's a nice play area tucked to the corner and a round dining table. If you do have a lot of hosting activities or you like to invite your friends over, I think this space will be sufficient for you to even fit up to a 10-seater longish rectangular table, or alternatively even a bigger round table that can fit up to 10 to 12 people easily. So with this living area layout, you do have the flexibility of putting in an L-shaped sofa. Currently the owners have fit in sort of like a 5 to 6-seater L-shaped sofa right here. TV wall has also been done up nicely to conceal your wires at the back. You do have a suspended kind of floating console, which is great for you to place in your media players. You do have the pull-down drawers which already covered in glass, so you can actually control all your media devices right from the comfort of your sofa. You will notice that for this cluster, the units do come with sort of like a bay window area, so this can be a nice space for you to throw in some cushions or couch. It can be a nice reading area because we are actually fronting the north orientation, and in terms of the opposite block, we notice that you are also on a fairly great distance apart, and right down below is where you'll find the park connector, so you do have a tree line of greenery as well for you to relax your eyes if, let's say, after long hours of watching your shows on TV. So as we spoke about earlier in the 5-room layout, the beauty is having this multi-use space right at the corner. Currently the owners have used it as a dining zone as well, but alternatively what you can explore for this area is to convert this into sort of like a study room. So you can easily do sort of like a half-height partition with glass at the top, so this will still allow light to come into the room. It is still enclosable as well, just in case you need to do any sort of like video meeting. It does come with a small window for natural ventilation right at the corner. What this also means is that in case you are a larger family demographics and you do need a separate space for your helper to rest in, this can also be converted into a helper's quarter. In terms of the partition wise, maybe instead of half glass, you can do a full partition, sort of have a Murphy bed system installed where you can actually double up and use it as a study table in the daytime, and then at night it can be easily converted into your helper's resting quarters. So before we head into the bedrooms, let's take a look at our BB location analysis. In terms of the location of where Strathmore Green is at in the Queenstown region, we are just 10 minutes walk away to Queenstown MRT. Alternatively, there's a bus stop located along Alexandra Road, which will take you to Queenstown MRT in just 2 stops. Queenstown will be along the East-West Green MRT line. 3 stops down, you will hit the Outram Interchange Station, where you can transit to the Thomson East Coast Line or North East Line. 1 stop further down, you will hit the Tanjong Pagar CBD region, which is really convenient for those of you who are working at the Tanjong Pagar area. On the other side, we are just 2 stops down to Buona Vista, where you can transit to the Circle Line, and 1 stop further will bring you to the One North Silicon Valley Biz Hub for residents who are also working at the tech kind of companies in the Silicon Valley zone. For those who drive, AYE entrance is just 7 minutes away. Alternatively, if you are heading to town, you are just 5 to 6 minutes drive to the Tanglin Orchard area. So if you are looking for further amenities in terms of like cafes and retail mall, you can take a 10 to 15 minutes drive to hit the Holland Village Centre. That's where you also find the newly opened One Holland Village. For amenities around the area, you have the 24/7 Sheng Siong and coffee shop located at the Skyview cluster. This will be located at Block 85 Dawson Road. For your daily grocery needs, there is also an NTUC located at 57 Dawson Road, just within 2 to 3 minutes walk from this Block 62A. For midnight cravings or any emergencies, you do have a 7-Eleven at Block 94A at Sky Park at Dawson. For local hawker fairs, the bigger hawker centres are located at Mailing Market and Food Centre, and ABC Brickwork Markets and Food Centre are all also within short driving distance away. For retail malls in the area, you do have Anchor Point, Alexandra Central Mall, and also the nostalgic Queensway Shopping Centre for your sporting needs. Of course, we can't leave out the prominent IKEA at Alexandra, and also the McDonald's at Redoubt Tea Gardens, where it's a unique concept where families with young kids can also explore the pond and the garden area. For primary schools within 1 kilometer, we have Gan Sing Primary School and Queenstown Primary School. For families with toddlers or young children, there are also 4 preschools nearby within 5 minutes walk, located at Block 59, 57, 82 and also 93. So lastly, for leisure activities, for families with young children, you do have a playground right at Block 61C and also along the Alexandra Canal Linear Park. For families with a really active lifestyle, what you can do is to explore the Alexandra Canal Linear Park, which stretches all the way from Commonwealth Avenue right to Tanglin Road, where it then links to the Alexandra Park connector. Taking this connector further down will bring you to Great World City Shopping Centre and also the local hawker fair at the Zion Riverside Food Centre. If you like a little bit of quiet time, Queenstown Library is also just a short drive away or within 10 minutes walk. And alternatively, if you like to drive out a little further, you can actually hit Botanic Gardens in less than 10 minutes. So beside this flexi use area is where you find the entrance to the kitchen. So coming into the kitchen, you'll notice that in terms of the layout wise, this is a very squarish layout. What this means is that you will have sort of a great amount of space if you need multiple people working on your food prep at the same time. Current setup, you have 2 countertops located diagonally across each other. You have an L-shaped countertop right here. Alternatively, of course, if you want to sort of like convert this into like an open concept kitchen, this wall here can be easily converted into like a bar counter area. You can have sort of like your breakfast counter with a bar counter and some high stools right at the corner. On this side is where you have your household shelter that's tucked neatly for all your storage needs. And then coming into the back is where you find this huge sizable service yard area. This is very rarely seen in other HDB projects. So what this means also is that you do have ample space to even put up your laundry area. You can install your drying rack right at the ceiling here and have sufficient space. If let's say you are a family with a large demographic, you can also install additional hanging posts right at the corner. So let's head on into the first common bedroom. For this layout itself, both the common bedrooms are very similar in size. You do get a width span here of almost close to 3 meters, which is great in terms of the current setup. You'll see that even after placing in the queen size bed, you do still have an ample space right at the corner here to fit in, let's say, a dresser table if you like, or smaller study table. You can also then have a separate TV console kind of featured wall right within the bedrooms if let's say you have grown-up kids who like a little bit more privacy. You notice that in terms of the windows wise, we are also fronting towards the north orientation. You have this very nice pocket view from this bedroom that goes across the HDB blocks in the opposite side. So you notice that for this unit itself, it comes with this bay window concept. If you like to fully maximize the space, one reno idea that you can explore right here is to do sort of like a platform bed. From this rendering, you'll see that in terms of the bed, it will sit slightly on top of the bay window zone, so that will give you more internal space at this area for you to reconfigure. So coming to the second common bedroom, this is sort of like a mirror image of the earlier one. You do have similar size of a 3 meters width span. Wardrobes have already been done up right at the corner. This is a single bed setup, so you'll notice that you do have very great size kind of a bedroom area here. What you can also explore is that for this bedroom, if let's say you're a smaller size family, this can be fully converted into an office room as well. For the bay windows, you can explore based on this rendering here on how to actually build up sort of like a study table right along the bay window area. You do get very good natural light coming in because we are also north facing. Another reno idea you can explore right here is that this wall in between the two bedrooms are also hackable. So if let's say you are maybe a young couple, don't have any children, this can also be fully expanded into one huge, let's say, entertainment room or your media room, full surround sound system, acoustic walls. That's very doable as well. So the common bathroom is located right along the walkway before you hit the master bedroom. This is a very decently sized common bathroom with a separate wet and dry area. The shower curtain is currently being used. Right at the corner, you also have windows for natural ventilation, which is great. So right now we are in the master bedroom, but before that, let's take a look at our bleubricks pricing analysis. So if we take a look at the supply of 5-room flats around the vicinity of Queenstown MRT, there is currently 21 listings right now at the point of filming. In terms of price range wise, it starts from 1 mil for those that have a shorter lease all the way up to 1.7 mil for those that have the external facing towards the GCP area. In the Strathmore Green cluster itself, there is one listing currently available asking at 1.35 mil. Strathmore Avenue, we do see 5 listings ranging from 1.08 to 1.42 mil. At the Sky Residence area, there are 4 other listings with price ranging from 1.6 to 1.7, and Sky Oasis has 2 listings ranging from 1.48 to 1.58, and Sky Terrace has 3 other listings with price ranging from 1.58 mil to 1.6 mil. Just to take note that for the external facing units itself, they are slightly smaller in size at about the 1,100 square feet. So in comparison, if we are looking at the 5-room apartment layout, for those at the Sky Terrace, Sky Oasis and Sky Residence area, they are slightly smaller in size, ranging from about the 1,100 square feet, and for the Strathmore units, these are where you find the larger size 5-room units at over 1,002 square feet. So back to our unit here at 62A, this unit is currently asking at 1.38 negotiable for a 1,259 square feet unit. So let's take a look at how the numbers breakdowns will look like in our BB financial analysis. So assuming you're a Singaporean first-timer couple, aged 35 years old, at a purchase price of 1.38 mil for illustration purpose, assuming there is no COV, with a HDB loan, you'll be looking at a tenure of 25 years maximum. Your monthly installment will work out to be 4,800 a month. If you and your spouse, assuming the income of roughly 7,000 a month, your CPF OA contribution will be around 1,500 odd each, with a total of about 3,100. What this means is that your monthly cash top-up each month in terms of mortgage repayment would just be around the 1,600 plus. What this would mean is that in terms of cash top-up, you're looking at roughly about $30 a day per person to enjoy this great location and amenities. So for first-time home buyer, you may also then qualify for the below HDB housing grant. You have a CPF housing grant of up to 50,000. Assuming you're staying near your parents or child, you have a proximity housing grant of up to 20,000. And if your parents or child live together with you, that will put it to 30,000. And all these grants will then be credited into your CPF OA, which you can use to offset the purchase. So as we head into the master bedroom, you'll notice how sizable this is. This is almost your size of a master bedroom in like a condo kind of project. What the owners have currently done is to place like a full TV feature wall right at the front. You have like an L-shaped panel kind of wardrobe right at the corner here. So you have the same open view fronting towards the Sky Terrace HDB cluster at Dawson. Alternatively, what you can explore if let's say you want to have more wardrobe area is to sort of like a walk-in wardrobe. You have like a platform bed tucked towards the corner. You have a nice C-shaped kind of a walk-in wardrobe area. Just note that actually behind this panel there's also a window which will provide great natural light into the room. So as we head out, the master ensuite is tucked right to the corner. This is very decently sized as well. You do have the separate shower area tucked to one corner, and on the other side is where you have your vanity counter. Currently this is actually made out of sort of like a full mold kind of a quartz material. If you like to refresh this space, you can then of course do up a new vanity counter. Now a lot of days in terms of trends wise, people do have sort of like the oval vanity counter kind of a sink. Can then add in more storage spaces behind the mirror cabinet, and you have two windows for natural ventilation as well, which is great. And that brings us to the end of today's home tour content. This unit here is standing at 1259 square feet. We are in a 5-room layout right in the Queenstown region, asking at 1.38 mil. So if you like to keep your entry quantum low for a Queenstown region kind of HDB apartment, this would be a great option for you to consider. If you like to have a physical viewing, contact our listing managers. Their contact details can be found right below. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button on our bleubricks by PropertyLimBrothers YouTube channel. We can also be found on social media channels on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok if you like to follow up on some home tour content. My name is Melvin Chan, bleubricks by PropertyLimBrothers, always happy to show you the place. We have a mid-floor drive room. Oh my god. After a long hours of watching a TV zone. TV zone. You are actually just 10 minutes. You are actually. There's actually a bus stop. Why I keep saying actually? Down you will actually. Actually. Alternatively, why I keep saying alternatively? Take a look at our blue